What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be discussing the Chicago Bulls and Washington Wizards game reaction, in which the Bulls delivered one of their better blowout performances of the season, which is fantastic to see. And at the end of the day, it led to a victory. It led to, a chill game for the Chicago Bulls. A game where you could probably sit back, relax, enjoy yourselves, knowing that the Bulls have got it in their grasp. That basically from the second quarter onwards really took control of the game, and it didn't really lose. We didn't really lose the grasp of the game, and that is something we're going to quickly dive into in this video. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet because I did not do a watch along for this video, and I did not watch the entirety of the game. I'm going to take a look at what I thought was the differences in the game from this limited amount of time I was able to, watch the game from when I was out all day. But before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Bulls, their game today, and your player of the game. We won this game 127-98. And it's just typical Bulls. The one game I've been calling for the Bulls to, blow a team out. Just one game I wanted to see it. One game I wanted to do a watch along of it. And the one game I couldn't do a watch along is when the Bulls actually had a blowout performance where you could just sit back and relax. Sit back and chill. Talk to the chat. Just enjoy yourself, knowing that there's no way, shape, or form the Bulls fumble it. Now, I do believe at some point in the fourth quarter, it got awfully close to, 10 points or 11 points, something along those lines. And then we ran away with it again in the fourth quarter. So it's not like this was 100% secure, but, it was comfortable. And I think that's all you could really ask for from this Bulls team. And what I thought was the difference in the game, it really felt like we took advantage of mismatches very, very well today. I mean, Ayo Dosunmu almost had a double-double, ladies and gentlemen, and this is by far his best game of the season. He had 34 points and 9 assists in this game in 40 minutes of action. I can't believe this guy played 40 minutes, but whatever the case may be, he played phenomenal basketball today, ladies and gentlemen. But Nikola Vucevic as well, I thought was a massive difference maker in this game. Again, I can't tell you how many times I'm looking down at my phone whether I'm, somewhere or whether on the train or whatever the case may be, and I'm seeing Vucevic in the post, doing post talks, and just taking advantage of the fact that they didn't have any massive presence in the paint today. They didn't have centers that, could guard Nikola Vucevic in the post. And I think his game really made a difference as well. And I will never forget the fact that Vucevic did the too small on the Washington Wizards. I don't think I'll ever forget that moment, because there is not many times Vucevic flaunts, I guess, his skill and, actually showboats just a little bit for the Chicago Bulls fans and just a little bit for himself as well. He's usually the type of guy, he can get frustrated, he can throw a bit of a tantrum if things don't go his way, but he's usually a composed guy. He's usually a guy that won't showboat or won't really, taunt the other team. And today he did. So clearly he was having a great time. And this was also the type of game where DeRozan didn't need to take over. I believe in the first half of this game, DeRozan only took 3 shots in the half. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Maybe it was just the first quarter. But either way, that is quite an interesting fact where you're allowed to have DeRozan to kind of take a chill, not try to take over the game type of moment and allow for the rest of the guys to take over. But that's also a thing we're going to lead to here. How many players got into double figures today? Well, we got DeRozan with 13, Vucevic with 29, Ayo with 34, Caruso with 16, and some good dunks to go alongside of that. And we had Andre Drummond with 13, which is great to see. So I think 5 people in double figures for the Bulls today. And then you obviously got Batim, who was able to make a big impact with 6 and 6. Dalen Terry had 6 points. And Terry Taylor even got into it for a little bit. You even got a little bit of Sonogu, ladies and gentlemen, in this game. I didn't get to see Sonogu, unfortunately. But that just goes to show, I guess, the comfortability of this game. Just how we were able to get things done quickly and early. We never really looked back. We did what we were supposed to do. We delivered when we needed to deliver. I can't really complain too much about this game and this type of impact that the Bulls were able to make. Now, with that being said, does this game make a massive difference towards our season? Well, look, there's still that fighting chance. Again, mathematically, it is possible to still get into the 8th seed and the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. It's technically still possible to get out of the play-in tournament. But I just kind of feel like where the Bulls are right now, it is going to be virtually close to impossible to climb out into that 8th seed position. I'd love nothing more for the Bulls to use this type of game, 127 points in 4 quarters, and go and expand themselves in future games. I mean, we've got some pretty interesting games coming up, ladies and gentlemen, and we can't ignore that because those games are going to be equally as important as this game was against the Wizards. We've got the Trailblazers up next. I'm sure that's a winnable game for a lot of you guys. Then after that, we got the Rockets. I think that's a winnable game for a lot of you guys. Then we got Boston. Not so much of a winnable game, but there's a lot of winnable games coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Again, just to reiterate, we got the Trailblazers, the Rockets. We have the Boston Celtics, but let's move away from that one real quick. We've got the Wizards again. We've got the Pacers, and we've got the Brooklyn Nets. You know, in the next maybe week or two. Those are winnable games for the Bulls. So if you can go on a big streak, anything is still possible. But I don't necessarily know how much of an impact this game is going to have for the Bulls. I'm kind of in that indecisive mode at the moment. I think one game I can truly start to believe again. And then the next game where we lose, I will start to lose that belief again. So it's a tough time to be a Bulls fan. There's a lot of emotions involved. But either way, good job for the Chicago Bulls. I'm proud that we're able to get a result like this. It's a long time coming. I feel like the last time we had a big blowout in terms of this type of stature was probably the Memphis Grizzlies earlier this season, but it doesn't happen very often for us. We are the team that competes in the most clutches games in the NBA. So, yeah, you know, to kind of get away from that a little bit and to have a nice relaxing moment, it's good to see. It sucks I didn't do a watch along for it, ladies and gentlemen, but again, we must move on. My player of the game will be Ayo Dosunmu. Again, I can't tell you exactly what went amazingly well for him, but 34 and 9 in 40 minutes of action is pretty impressive, and I don't think anyone really came close statistically to what Ayo was able to produce. But shout out to Vucevic, shout out to other guys on this team as well. We did our thing. And you also got to realize as well, we are versing the second worst team in the Eastern Conference, or even the worst team in the Eastern Conference. Loads of injuries for the Washington Wizards. And you have to realize the team that was put in front of us. Yes, it feels nice to win. It always will feel nice to win. But I'm not going to really get carried away from this performance either, because we know who we were facing. Got to make it up in the next games though. You know, we have to beat what's put in front of us. It's not our fault that the NBA or the Wizards have all these injuries. We wish them all the best. Of course we do. But, you know, we still have to play the game. And it'd be much more upsetting if we had lost this game compared to winning this game. So I'm not going to get carried away. It's a good result. We take it as such. We move on against the Portland Trailblazers and see where we can go from there. Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow and or subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you in the next Bulls related video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.